So I'm Metzger. I'm the owner, founder actually of Metzger Meats. Been here since 1990. Started out as a small country abattoir that did custom work for farmers, and grew over the years, focused more and more on further processing and all kinds of different deli and processed meats. Bacon is one of our flagship products. We always made various types of different bacon, not just pork bacon, but also like turkey bacon and beef bacon. And it's not only limited to standard products, but we're also quite flexible when it comes to specialties. We retail our products all over Ontario in many different channels, and every channel has like a different clientele to it. So we do co-packing for other companies and build mutual relationships over the years with all kinds of different processors. But the only way to grow forward for us is to have a synergy with traditional methods of production and modern technology and automation. So one of the big suppliers for our automation was Weber. We've known the company for a long time. We had an old Weber slicer, a CCS 5000 that we bought actually overseas, rebuilt, not from Weber. And we ran that machine for 10 years, so never had an issue. And then one day we ran into trouble. We couldn't troubleshoot it ourselves. So we thought, well, should we call up Weber? They might not even want to service the machine, not having it sold to us. So we called him up, and like a couple hours later, a guy showed up, service tech showed up, and he was troubleshooting that machine. And he was using parts that we had in inventory, trying to fix it, and eventually he figured out what the problem was, and he checked if there was a part in Toronto. And he hopped in the car and drove 4 hours. I think he got it going at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, where do you get something like this? You know, and this was kind of a reason why we chose Weber. We said, you know, like, this is great service. They're highly regarded, you know, when it comes to slicing. And so we chose them to put 2 lines in. And it really helped us to improve our process and become more efficient and put out a better quality product. So we have a Weber 4500 slicer here that is a slicer with a gripper system. And we use it mostly for cooked meats, back bacon, premium bacon, but also salami, and we slice a little bit of pepperoni on it as well. It's fairly easy for the operator to insert the product and get it gripped. It can be set up that it's automatic gripping. So we have a 702 slicer. They call the picker V-Pick, and the machine is a V-Pack 7000. Initially, we see in the system in a trade show with the pickers, the whole line, and we never seen anything quite like it. That was one system, all tied together, operated centrally from one supplier. So the slicing line from Weber is fairly simple to operate, even though it looks very complicated to some people. It takes about the same amount of people that we had before in our traditional line, you know, without the picking system. But the volume we can produce is significantly higher. So it still takes people to be there, but it's a much more ergonomic workplace for them. The repetitive movements aren't there anymore, so they're kind of just styling the portions and putting them together to make sure the picker can nicely pick it. And the reason for putting in the picker also is that we make different products that go into a different orientation, so the picker can actually turn the portions by 90 degrees and deposit into the machine, which gives us extra flexibility. You can't get that from a real operator. Like, he'll be tired out very quickly at that line speed. So here we have our 702 bacon slicer and the picker and the V-Pack 7000 line. We're just running a dry cured bacon. We have all the sensors which basically look at the position of the bellies, and then it takes them in on the angle, puts them up into the slicing on a continuous basis. So there's always products going through the slicing mechanism. The infrared camera looks at every slice for portion accuracy and weight control of the package. Here we have the picking cell. The photo eye system looks at the portion, you know, before it goes in to figure out the exact pick location and insert it into the packaging machine. It's not only the operating of the system, but also the dismantling the machine, the cleaning, the hygienic design. And it is not sophisticated to the point that it needs a certain expertise for somebody to take this machine apart and dismantle it and clean it and put it back together. And this is very important for our business. It's difficult to find any technology that is more accurate on weight than the Weber machine, but we also have the ability on the operator screen in the packaging. It will give the operator information if a package is short, so we can either recheck the package and run it out of the machine, whether they have to add one slice to this package or take one slice away. If we can make adjustments on the fly if we need to. The advantage of the bacon slicer is that we have a conveyor system that minimizes the end cuts, so we don't have a gripper system anymore. The end portions are very minimal. It sorts them out, basically dumps them into the waste bin and finishes the next portion with the next piece of belly going in. The slicer can run up to 2,000 cuts a minute, and the efficiency or the capacity of the machine is significantly more than what we had before. So before they would have to change slabs and grip it and then go back in, and now it's basically continuous feeding. It increased production from like 12 packages a minute to over 50 packages a minute. What we like about the VPack machine is it has a lot of controls for the operator, a lot of packaging information. It gives us feedback on efficiencies and packages, but also film control, end of roll sensors. It has tracking sensor, so if the film were ever to come off the chain, it would instantly shut down. It has a nice feature. It has a splicing station for the film to splice and tape a new roll of film in the back on the fly, so we don't have to shut down. The employees love it, and it's fairly simple to operate.
My name's Jacob Weslowski, and I am the Canadian Service Manager for Weber Canada. Over here we have our integrated picker system, single-cell picking robot for picking up bacon on the WePack 7000. Up here you'll notice we have a vision system. Camera up here to determine the position of the portion of bacon, so we can orient our tooling so the robot can pick up the bacon from the pick belt and place it into the package correctly. So this is a 702 with a camera system. There are 3 lasers mounted on the blade head that outline the contour of the product, which allows us to build a volume, or we take a picture on every slice, and that allows us better weight control on each portion. Up here is the HMI for this particular slicer, and right now we are running at 86.2% on weights. So these are the portions which are on weight, and these are the portions that were not on weight. So right now we're going to run some bellies. If you were to look in there while it's slicing, what's happening is we're illuminating the face of the bacon with the lasers, and we are able to build a contour, which allows us to build a volume, which then we can control the appropriate slice thickness to get on weight. We're highlighting the outline of the bacon as we're slicing it to produce a volume with an actual camera, which then is processed by the slicer, and we adjust the slice thickness on the next slice to get better on weights. So you can see now here on the live image on the camera for the picker, we have an outline of our portion. That means that the picker has identified as a good portion, and that it's in between the 2 lines. That means that it's in an area where the picker can reach and pick it up. The great thing about this system is that we have one control on this line, so you can control each piece of equipment, be it the slicer, the picker, or the packaging machine, from any of the 3 HMIs on this line. So you saw me kind of run back there to the slicer. I didn't have to do that. I can access the slicer through here. So here we have the packaging machine, the picker, and the slicer all on one HMI. So for instance, if I want to stop the line or pause the line, I just pause the slicer. Here we have the Weber WePack 7000 thermoformer with a integrated picker packaging bacon at Metzger Meats. As you can see, we're able to slice, pick, and place the bacon with minimal human intervention and minimal staffing, and at the throughput that the customer prefers.
So there we have some finished packages. They're really nice looking, aren't they? Being able to do it so quickly in a package, it really enhances the look of the package and also the quality of the product. So way less exposure, people handling product and so forth. and from start to finish, it's in the package in no time. We're really excited about the future because, I mean, this is just the start of what we do here when it comes to automation, and we're quite happy with what we received from Weber, and we'll be looking forward to contact them again if any new project comes up.